What's up guys, E3 is over and we got a bunch of new footage from the upcoming video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So let's deep dive into all of it. Starting things with the lead character of the game played by Cameron Monaghan is Jedi Padawan Cal Kestis, who escaped Order 66 in Revenge of the Sith and is now on the run from the Empire. We also have that cute little droid companion of his, BD-1, not to be mistaken for the actor BD Wong. Anyway, BD-1 acts as an assistance and support, giving you health boosts, advice, and allowing you to interact with various elements in the environment. This demo is set entirely on the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk, something we've seen in Star Wars before. It's dense, swampy, jungle, and it's packed with plenty of detail just like any classic Star Wars location. It's not the only planet in the game either. We also know that we're going to be seeing Umbara and Magito, two planets we have seen before in Star Wars, and we are promised more planets and locations that we haven't seen or heard of before in the canon. Throughout the demo we see Cal using the Force, like blowing open doors, reaching for vines, slowing down blaster shots and more. It's all very cool of course, but it's also more grounded and believable than the powers depicted in Star Wars The Force Unleashed, which came out quite a while ago. That's a good thing, because this is after all a new canonical part of the franchise, so it has to be grounded in some sort of reality. The game doesn't just have you swinging your lightsaber left and right like a lunatic. Oh no, there's platforming in there too. This means that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is essentially Uncharted meets Star Wars. Oh, and a little bit of Titanfall, with all that cool wall running. Of course, this is made by Respawn Entertainment, who made Titanfall. Possibly the biggest geek out Star Wars reveal in the demo is that Saw Gerrera is in the game. He's again played by Forrest Whitaker. This is a few years after Revenge of the Sith and several years before Rebels and Rogue One, so Saw still hasn't got the prosthetics or the injuries that he ends up having later on. We know here that the Empire is mining the planet of Kashyyyk and enslaving the Wookiees. Why? They want the tree sap. Again, why? I'm not sure. Chances are they're wanting to make some sort of weapon of some sort. Because, you know, they're the Empire. They like to get up to that dirty stuff. Anyway, the whole enslaving of the Wookiees thing has been a long recurring element of the Star Wars canon, even in the old legend material, having been mentioned or seen in the books, past video games, and more. Remember the Force Unleashed that I mentioned earlier? Yeah, it was in that too. The use of a holographic map suggests players will have a degree of freedom in terms of exploration and handling tasks. We know from additional interviews that this is kinda true. Will we be able to explore larger areas? Will we be able to take alternate routes around levels and locations? It's all a little unclear, but it is hinted at. We do know that Cal has a ship that acts as a hub, and you can choose to go to certain planets and locations at will. A bit like in Knights of the Old Republic. Here we have Cal doing the old lightsaber as a lamp trick. We know the trusty deadly sword can be customized in the game. To what extent though, that we have to assume. Will we be able to change its colours, length, shape, design? Maybe. Now for the fun part, the combat. Most notably, the lightsaber kills in one. Yes, this is a deadly weapon and the game treats it as such, just like in the movies. It's not like in past games like The Force Unleashed where the lightsaber was more of a club than a sword. It sounds like I'm really criticising The Force Unleashed in this deep dive, but I did like that game, it just hasn't aged well. In Fallen Order, the combat has weight to it, it's more about tactics, dodging and blocking than just hacking and slashing. You can also use environmental elements in combat. Poor guy. It's not just your everyday stormtroopers you're facing though. Some enemies have batons that can actually combat lightsabers to a degree. Then there's the newly created Purge Troopers, acting as heavy enemies dispatched by the Inquisitors. I say newly created, just like the makers of the game said, but that's not entirely true because they were introduced in the comic books. They were the last clones made on Kamino, and they were made after the events of Order 66. These guys have electro staffs and they can counteract force powers in interesting ways. There are also some creepy crawlies in there too, giant spiders and bugs and all sorts of weird little things, meaning you're not just facing guys with guns and swords. This adds elements of tactics in there too. You can simply sit back and watch the stormtroopers battle the bugs and then take on whoever wins. The game has a skill tree system of some sort too. This gives you access to new powers and abilities, but we don't know the specifics just yet. Then we have Flame Troopers. The enemies again add variety and require different tactics to take down. Obviously you can't just go running into them, because things might get a little too heated. One of the more interesting reveals is that you can use the Force to scan elements in the environment, giving extra information and context about people, places and events. You can also have BD1 do something similar. Again, that's BD1, not BD1. The final thing in this footage is the reveal of, no, not K2SO, but an Imperial security droid, this one with a female voice. Cool. That's all we got from that demo, but we later got a shorter trailer with some extra bits. Let's get into that now. The trailer starts with Cal and BD swimming. Yes, you can swim in the game, but I'm not sure if you can go underwater. Then we see a very cool sequence of Cal climbing an AT-AT and then taking it over. Yes, you can pilot an AT-AT in this game. We then see how Cal and Saw met one another.
Hey! Who are you?
This character is someone whose name I'm about to butcher, Sia or Siri Junda. She's played by Deborah Wilson, and all we know is that she too is a former Jedi and she'll act as a sort of mentor figure to Cal in the game. Combat gets tougher it seems because here we see Cal battling an AT-ST, using the Force to send its blasts and rockets flying back at the vehicle. And that's it, everything I spotted in the E3 demo and trailer for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, I'm okay. You alright? No, we are not doing that again.
This game looks really cool, really good, and I can't wait. If you've liked this deep dive, you can like this video too. Subscribe to my channel, that's a big one that I really appreciate. Share this across social media because if you don't like it, someone else might. And leave a comment and some feedback down below. Have I missed anything? Let me know down below. And of course, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Grant Burton. But until next time, I've been diving deep, and that's all I've got for now.